What up YouTube, Topaz Ace back for another album review, and this one is to that Action Bronson, that Blue Chip 7000, and I'm giving this one a low in yellow light because quite honestly, Action Bronson just isn't all that talented here, and you can just tell through the bloodline in which he's come up from because he is a direct descendant of Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan, and as much as I love the Wu-Tang Clan and Ghostface, I still do rock with Ghostface. You can all acknowledge that he wasn't the most pristine when it comes to flow, when it comes to delivery. Literally, everybody will always fight and say that he was always one of the dopest in Wu-Tang, but I've never believed so from the very beginning, you did. And with Action Bronson being the descendant, the next level of it, man, he's kind of just showing that he's not that strong lyrically either. And the thing that gets to me, man, is just how randomized he sets up his bars, because from the bars that he's spitting, I'm sure him and the people that's around him and his fans will say, oh, he's spitting some deep lyrics or whatever, but yet the way he sets them up, it honestly comes off more as like a Family Guy joke where they just set up the joke so randomly that it kind of takes away from the joke. I mean, especially now, like back when Family Guy first came out and that was original and new and different and all that, it really worked, but not so much as the show continued to progress in years. I'll explain a little bit more about that as we continue to go in and we go into these individual songs that I like. It's just, for the most part, Action Bronson is one of these rappers that is really dependent on quality production in order to create quality music. And you see songs like Wolfpack, Chairman's Intent, Hot Pepper, whole bunch of songs on here were just dead from the jump because he didn't select the right production for how he raps. Like, he's really one of these guys who's happy-go-lucky. He's not rapping about trap or drug dealing and killing all like that, man. He's honestly just rapping about having a good time, eating food and all that, which is all cool in the game. I definitely enjoy that. But yet the way he sets up his bars, one, and two, the way that he's rapping on these other beats that really don't complement anything that he does, it sabotages everything from the jump. Really, there's only 3 songs off this entire album that I actually did enjoy like that, with that LA Luna, where this one was rather dope because the concept is he called up a car service out there, man, called LA Luna, where they'll come through and pick you up within 7 minutes, and when they put them on hold a pretty decent beat, and then he just started freestyling to it, and then halfway through the song he jumps directly into somebody sampling it and continuing to spit his bars, in which that was actually rather dope of a concept. As there are a few bars up on there that was rather interesting, like how he said for this second album he's going in so raw, like the feed on a shaman and such, and that was pretty cool because shamans, they're known for keeping bare feet and stuff going out there in the streets and in the wilderness and all of that, man, and their feet really just be super raw because of that. So that was an interesting train of thought, but not a lot of bars up in here. My next favorite song is that Tank, and this is where I can greatly explain how he does randomized setups for his bars. Like one bar in particular, he said, "Why does the blunt taste like a Starbucks? And why you gonna let your chick cheat on you from somebody from the San Diego Chargers?" Like, those two things have nothing to do with each other. Honestly, you can see that he is setting up to get to that Chargers line at the very end. So he'll just say anything just so he can get to that point. And that honestly takes away from the punchline because they have nothing in common. It means absolutely nothing. You just said something rather comical to end it. Also, how he says that he'll swerve the car with conviction, and he keeps the gun under his pillow like his tooth is missing. And you know, that again is a terrible setup for this bar, which the bar was actually kind of decent, as he's playing off of the whole tooth fairy thing that you come to believe because your parents lead you to that, and they'll give you money underneath your pillow because your teeth is missing. But he's talking about his gun is there instead of the tooth, which that was cool, but how he set it up had nothing to do with it, so therefore it takes away from this bar all the way around. And my last favorite song is that 924 7000, man, for a bunch of different reasons, because one, that production was rather dope. Two, this is the exact kind of song that you need to create in order to keep Rick Ross on topic right here, dude, because I've talked about this for a while as Rick Ross is featured on this song, but every feature that Rick Ross has had for the past, say, 3 years that I've been reviewing and all of that, dude, he's never been on topic when he's been featuring on anybody else's stuff. But yet, the great thing here is Action Bronson, he doesn't really stick to any topic himself on top of anything. So them two coming together to just spit some bars and it actually has no meaning all the way around. It works on top of solid production, man. It comes off as more of one of those Maybach music type joints. But this song does show you that Action Bronson can do a bit of wordplay, as he did say that he's the type to take off a wolf's head and put it on his own head, as he's getting wisdom from the old heads and you ain't getting no head. As this is him doing wordplay with head, because each time he mentions head, it means something different. Whether it's him getting fellatio from a woman, whether it's chopping off the head of a wolf, or it's him talking to the elders and all that. But the fundamental flaw that's within this wordplay is that none of these actual bars connect to each other. And again, this is him doing some randomized stuff that people are going to go ahead and give a pass to, even though lyrically, if you're going to do anything like this and have any kind of bars, that it does have to be connected. But those are the only 3 songs that I actually enjoyed off of this project, and they do go pretty dope enough that I would say go ahead and cop those as individuals if you're already fans of Action Bronson. But that's why I'm giving this joint, man, a 4.5 out of 10. But this concludes today's review, man, and now we're going to jump into a brief instrumental from underground producer 7.5 the producer, before we jump into the news and then jump into an article from downloadpads.com.
Baby.
Seen that Colin Kaepernick announced the new wave of donations that he's going to be giving out for this month, and one in particular is going to J. Cole's Dreamsville Foundation, and he's giving $34,000. And I love this all the way because, one, Colin Kaepernick, for what he's done, he's a legend in the black community right now, man. But two, him connecting with maybe one of the dopest and most popular MCs right now to do something positive, that's just all the way 100%. I love all of that. That's just hip hop all the way around, you dig? But anyway, on today's article from downloadpads.com, and today's article is about the struggle, because this is the thing that you're going to have to go through, point blank period. Like, too many people want to avoid the struggle and just find instant quick success, but the more you try to do that, the longer you postpone the fact that you're going to have to go through this, you dig? You're going to have to go out there and deal with individuals who's not going to want to hear any of your music, that's going to crap on you at all times. Nobody is going to want to promote your stuff. No one's going to ever give you a chance. But yet, the more you go through it, the more you'll begin to find individuals that will roll with you. And then you'll begin to understand the qualities that your core audience will have. And then you'll be able to start to find these individuals and know exactly where they're at, so that you can go ahead and continue to build up. There's no way you can actually know this without struggling at one point or another. And the sooner you get through the struggle phase of your career, man, the sooner you can become what you want to become. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpads.com, that's down there, to read today's article.